An explosive new report today from ProPublica showing that a U.S. Supreme Court justice accepted a luxury vacation in 2008 from a billionaire Republican megadonor who would go on to have cases pending before the High Court for which the justice did not recuse himself. And no, we're not talking about Clarence Thomas and Harlan Crow. This time it's Justice Samuel Alito, who flew with hedge fund billionaire Paul Singer to Alaska on a private jet, the cost of which could have exceeded $100,000. From the article, quote, Alito did not report the 2008 fishing trip on his annual financial disclosures. By failing to disclose the private jet flight Singer provided, Alito appears to have violated a federal law that requires justices to disclose most gifts, according to ethics law experts. Justice Alito tried to get ahead of the story by submitting and having published an op-ed in the Wall Street Journal, where he wrote in part, quote, it was and is my judgment that these facts would not cause a reasonable and unbiased person to doubt my ability to decide the matters in question impartially, unquote. Let's discuss. So, Nia, before the article even came out, Alito, gave this op-ed to his friends at the Journal,
right,
disputing some of the charges and his need to recuse himself in writing. Quote, it was and is my judgment these facts would not cause a reasonable and unbiased person to doubt my ability to decide the matters in question impartially. He also claims he had no idea that Singer had any business before the court, although I think if you Googled some of the matters, his name would have popped up. What do you make of all this?
Well, listen, I think this on top of the story around Clarence Thomas accepting luxury gifts and luxury trips is going to make it impossible for the Supreme Court to exist as it exists now, which is sort of above ethics rules. If you look at a lot of the data on the Supreme Court, it had been seen as sort of an above-board, apolitical institution. Over the last 2 or 3 years, that has declined. I think their approval rating has declined something like 20 points in the last couple of years. It's because of some of the things they've done in terms of decisions they've made. But this doesn't help. You've got moves, I think, that are going to happen on Congress at some point to put some laws in place to make this not happen again, because there is the appearance of impropriety. There's also just a lack of judgment, right? I mean, here you are on the highest court in the land, and you can't think that this is a sort of improper thing to do, even a sort of by appearances. It's not to say that he did anything wrong or even necessarily unethical, but the appearance of it, it would seem to me that somebody in that position would know and have the judgment to not do this, to either recuse himself from these cases, to know that Paul Singer is coming before him, or certainly to list some of this stuff on the documents that you have to put forward.
One of the things that I find so odd about this is it seems like there's this very political reaction, this very political response, as opposed to, looking back on it now, I should have disclosed it. And, it didn't affect any decision I made, but I realize I'm on the highest court of the land and there's a special obligation and I'll do better in the future, which, as opposed to this very fiery, feisty, defensive response.
Right. I mean, taking answers to questions from a news outlet and dumping it to a competitor, frankly, to a competitor outlet is something that does happen in politics and perhaps not in the coverage of the Supreme Court. But Nia Malika is just so right, just this decline of public trust in the institution. And it's not just, it's definitely the last couple of years with these activities, and it's certainly the last couple of months with the activities of Clarence Thomas and with Sam Alito, but also these nasty confirmation fights that have also kind of helped, I believe, contribute to the decline of public trust in the Supreme Court, and also just the rulings that have really upended, public life, I think really has led to that as well.
Yeah, and I want to jump in on that. Like the polling came out today, I believe NPR, it's like nearly 60% of Americans do not have faith or little to no faith in the Supreme Court. And look, I actually spent time on the road these past few months talking to voters with a coalition of organizations like Planned Parenthood, Color of Change, National Action Network, with Demand Justice. And we were talking to voters in several states who want ethics reform. They want to even expand the Supreme Court. And it's to your point about these leaks that are coming out, as well as how some of these decisions are coming out that are taking away the fundamental human rights for a majority of Americans, but benefiting the wealthy, the wealthy elite class who are the ones that these justices are actually spending a lot of time in. And so the other thing I would say about all of this is that it's kind of comical in the response to these questions about the ethics. Listen, I'm a communications professional. I spent a lot of time working for presidential campaigns or Planned Parenthood. This is actually not the best way to handle a crisis communications issue. And it's actually beyond a communications issue. But as a communications strategist, I actually think they are doubling down on the problem versus actually doing anything to fix it.
I won't disagree with that part. As a communications professional, what you don't want to do is something known as the Streisand effect, which is something that might not have gotten a lot of attention. You take action that actually draws a lot more attention to the story. We probably would have been talking about this in the absence of the Wall Street Journal op-ed, but we might not have been talking about it as long, or it might not have had as much in terms of legs. And so I am not sure that I would have advised Justice Alito to write this piece. But your question about, well, then why did he? Why would you take an action that's so political? I mean, the reality is that the way people are thinking about the legitimacy of the court these days is extremely political.
Right.
You have a ruling like Dobbs that comes down, and the political left says this court is illegitimate. And then you have a ruling come down like 2 weeks ago, or a couple of weeks ago, that gives effectively sort of reorients how Alabama or other states in the South will carve up their seats in the House. It will benefit Democrats politically by redrawing those lines. Suddenly now the court is legitimate, and it's Republicans who are saying, oh, what's going on here? And so the reality is that, yes, we do need high standards for ethics on the courts, but the way most people are making judgments about do I like the Supreme Court or not is much more about do I like the rulings that they are handing.
No, absolutely. But I guess one of the questions I have is, so look, let's just, first of all, we have no idea what else is out there, right? We've only learned about Thomas and Crow. Now we've learned about Singer and Alito. There could be other stuff, even involving liberal justices. I have no idea. If there were one, and I'm making this up, so please don't think that this is anything other than my fevered imagination. But if it were Sotomayor going on trips with George Soros and not disclosing it, and Soros had stuff before, like, I would have the exact same response to this, which is disclose it and apologize.
Do you think that ProPublica is doing that kind of journalism, studying the background of Sotomayor right now? I mean, I think that's where conservatives also say ProPublica is being spun as this like nonpartisan group, but they have donors as well. And if we're taking for granted the idea that if you accept money from someone, you are therefore doing their bidding or biased, I mean, who are the people giving money to ProPublica?
I do actually think that they would, and I think they would do. I think they would do it exactly to make it so you couldn't make that comment. And it might just be that Elena Kagan or whoever, Sotomayor doesn't want to go king salmon fishing in Alaska. Well, what do you make of this argument that Alito made that you know, he used an empty seat in this private jet, and it would have gone empty if he hadn't used it, and he actually saved the government money since he had flown commercial, then U.S. Marshals would have had needed to accompany him.
I mean, listen, disclose it, right? Disclose it. What's wrong with putting it on the documents where you're supposed to say these are sort of the in-kind gifts you would have, you know, you've taken. And listen, that was an expensive seat. I mean, the idea that it was an empty, I don't even know what he's talking about. But yeah, I mean, I think it's interesting that they're doubling down. We'll see if there are any more changes, right? There's certainly pressure on Roberts to maybe make some rules around ethics. But listen, you know, I guess when Thomas came out, he was a little bit more like, going forward, I'll do better. So far, it doesn't look like Alito is saying that.
And then Durbin, who's the Democratic chairman of the Senate Judiciary Committee, he reacted to this story today. Take a look.
Let me state the obvious. There's something rotten going on in the Supreme Court of the United States of America. When we return from the July recess, we will have a markup of the Supreme Court ethics bill in the Senate Judiciary Committee. I hope before that time, Chief Justice Roberts will take a lead and show some leadership.
I mean, it's true that he or any one of the 500 other Supreme Court justices, however many there were, or chief justices, could impose a rule of at least disclosure. No one's saying don't do it. They're just saying disclose it.
Right, which is why you see senators such as Dick Durbin, such as Sheldon Whitehouse, be much more aggressive about the need for at least the legislative branch to exercise some oversight on the judicial branch, because they feel, as Senator Durbin said, that they are not doing enough to police themselves.
But the court says you can't do that, separation of powers.
Right, but that is certainly not stopping the senators here. What's really interesting, if legislation does advance, and now this is something I don't expect to actually pass, clear the Senate, much less pass the House, but it might prompt another instance for the White House to weigh in, because it's actually interesting. The Biden White House has not wanted to touch this issue at all.
Yeah.
They won't comment on Clarence Thomas and whether the president himself feels at all icky about that situation. Certainly, they have not commented on this latest ProPublica report today. I think they feel sort of where Chief Justice Roberts feels that it's their branch of government. They should police themselves.
And Durbin and White House getting involved in this doesn't make it look any less partisan.
No, and we had a discussion on this show a couple of days ago about how it was good that President Biden was not, for instance, trying to fundraise off of President Trump, former President Trump being indicted. It is good to not politicize things that should not be politicized. So, assuming that President Biden sort of stays out of this, he's probably doing himself a favor.
Ethics reform would also hold liberal justices accountable too. So Democrats are actually being open to that conversation.
Right. It's just, you have Mike Lee and Tom Cotton saying this is just a bunch of left-wing hacks attacking the court because they hate Clarence Thomas. And there is a way to approach this. I don't see anybody in the Senate doing it the way that I think you two could. Right? Get on it right now.
You two will solve everything.
Thanks to all.